the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. For all of our new listeners and viewers who are tuning in for the very first time, I'm Pastor Pope, and thank you for allowing us to come into your viewing environment. We are here with you every Monday through Friday from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, scheduling permitted, to address whatever topics you might like to discuss and whatever issues of life you find challenging or that you find difficult to navigate. You can discuss careers, finances, entrepreneurship. You can discuss marriage, divorce, raising children, blending families. You can discuss dating and relationships. Whatever's in your heart, whatever's on your mind, God is concerned about that which concerns you. So we are here live in the FijiWater.com sponsored studio every Monday through Friday from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, scheduling permitted. You may call on the T-Mobile call or text line at 267-992-1424 and share whatever topics you might like to discuss, whatever issues of life you find challenging or that you find difficult to navigate. And as always, 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast, is brought to you by Fiji Water. This is Earth's finest water. You may already know that Fiji water comes from Fiji. However, did you know that it is created by nature? It is untouched by man. It starts as a tropical rainfall which slowly filters through layers of volcanic rock, where the water collects in a natural, sustainable artesian aquifer where it is bottled right at the source, free from human contact until you unscrew the blue cap. Fiji Water, Earth's finest water, will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. This is not just water. This is Earth's finest water. Fiji Water at FijiWater.com. And for those of you who continue giving on the Give segment of our app to support the broadcast at New Life-Delaware, and those of you that have made a weekly or monthly commitment to support the broadcast by giving on the contribution pages of our websites at newlifeministriesinternational.com and newlifeinternationalcdc.com, we thank you for your support and your commitment as we fulfill our commitment to God to be here, right here for you in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. So all of you know that we are Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and we are on RadioFreeNetwork.com Live. We are expanding our platforms, so I'll be keeping you up to speed and updated on those expansions. But I want to thank you all for continuing to be with us every Monday through Friday from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now, as we expand, we're going to be doing some new things, some new offerings also, but we just want to say thank you to all of our listeners and viewers. We have received a significant increase in viewership through the pandemic, and we are delighted to have you with us every Monday through Friday from 12:30 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We have been talking about becoming successful. What does that really mean? We talked about how to define your success. We've talked about the necessary steps you have to take to be successful. I want to really spend a little bit more time wrapping that up today, because there's been so many emails and so many communications coming in from people talking about what it really means to be successful. And now that we've been addressing this topic this week, I've received even more. So we really want to spend a little time on that today, and then we will get back to this again over the next couple of weeks as we wrap up the month, just so that we make certain that everyone has the information they need. There will always be more information on being successful, maximizing your success, enhancing the quality of life, and experiencing the fullness of God in all of our lives. So we'll be ongoing focusing on this topic, among other topics. But today I want to just focus on, first of all, addressing another communication from one of our listeners and viewers, because I want to get through those also. There's so much to discuss because so many of you have been focusing on what it takes now to be successful. We're to become successful. We're reopening, and when I say we're reopening, meaning the companies are reopening their doors for employees to come back in. So we want to make certain that we are getting everything we need to now begin the process of really becoming successful, developing our success, maximizing our success, and experiencing the fullness of God. So I'm going to address a communication that came in from one of our listeners and viewers who indicated that you are the oldest of your siblings. However, your siblings are more successful than you are. And this is troubling to you because you feel as the oldest, you should be the most successful. You've had more time because you're older than your siblings. And you're now struggling with the fact that they've become more successful. Let me say this to you. First of all, you shouldn't be struggling with this. And some folks will say, well, Pastor Pope, that's easy to say because you're not in the situation. But here's the reality. We all have some shortcomings, whatever they might be. You don't need to struggle with this. And the reason is because what you've got to spend more time doing is cheering on your sisters. You have to spend more time encouraging them to be the best version of themselves that they can possibly become. And as they do that, as they become more successful, you're going to begin to enhance your success. And the reason is because, first of all, you can't outgive God. So you can't give out more encouragement to them than is going to result in success for you. And that's just the principle of giving. The more you give, the more you receive. But now, because that keeps the universe in perfect balance. So you have these siblings, these siblings who are successful. They're your two sisters. You know, there's two sisters and a brother. You're not really focused on what your brother's doing. He's successful in his own right, but you're really not focused on him. It's the competitive nature that you have with your two female siblings. So you have these two sisters who have both become successful. And the problem has been that you haven't focused on your success. They focused on their success. You've lived your life with a lot of distractions. Some created by you and some created by others. Some distractions created by others. You have to, as I said yesterday or the day before, you have to eliminate distractions, but you have to want to eliminate them. You've been comfortable with your life until you had to pause, like the rest of us during the pandemic, and you had to realize that I've been working all these years just as my siblings have, and my sisters have become more successful than I have. Embrace that, encourage them, be excited for them. Because as you become more excited for them, as you become more excited about their success, you'll be inspired to go to another level. Just because you're the oldest doesn't mean you're going to be the most successful. We're only going to get back what we put out. We're only going to, as much work as we put into being successful over the years, that's the level of success we're going to have today. Now, what you do moving forward is going to determine the success that you have in the future. So I'm going to encourage you to embrace it. Encourage them to maximize their success. You want to make sure that everyone gets to the place that God has appointed for their lives. You want to make sure of that. And the only way to do that is for you all to be cheerleaders for one another. Encourage one another, inspire one another. And the fact that you've noticed that your sisters have become more successful, that tells you now you've got work to do. And we all have work to do, but you have work to do. There's no limit to the success you can achieve as long as you focus on your success. But if you're focused on all the other stuff that you've been focused on, trips and travels and being with friends and doing all of the things that the world is doing, you're going to limit your success. And this is what I want to encourage everyone to do. I want to encourage us all to focus on maximizing our success by doing the little things every day that we can do to improve, enhance our skill sets, our energy level, our cognitive skills, anything that we can do that is going to help us to become successful and maximize our success. The Bible says it's the little foxes that spoil the whole vine. And what that really means is it's the little details, the little things that we do or don't perform that are going to either limit our success or maximize our success. Our goal is to maximize our success, but we have to become successful first. And in order to become successful, we have to do those little things that are going to get us to the next level. We have to be willing to do those little things, the small things that we might not want to do, that we might not enjoy doing. They may be the most tedious, mundane task, but if it's going to help us get to the next level, we need to go there. We need to go there, we need to perform the task, we need to get the task done, and then we need to move on to the next step. So I'm going to encourage you to really focus on encouraging your siblings and being inspired by their success, and then working to get to the next level of your success. Because your success lies before you. For each and every one of us, our success lies before us. It's what we're willing to do, what work we're willing to do to become successful, and then maximize our success and maintain our success. That is going to determine the quality of life that we have moving forward. So I want to say to you, you've got to let go. You know, when you say you struggle, that implies there's a push and pull. You've got to let go. You've got to let go, and you've got to be happy and excited for your siblings as they go to their next level, and that'll keep you that when you remove that envy from the equation, which is keeping you from maximizing or becoming successful and maximizing your success, you're going to see that everything changes by making the decision not to struggle with the success of your siblings any longer. This segment of the broadcast is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. So if you are not currently a T-Mobile customer, you may call or text on the T-Mobile call or text line at 267-992-1424. We will place you into our queue so that you can become a T-Mobile customer and experience America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. Taxes and fees are included in your bill, and if you auto pay by attaching a credit card to your account, you will receive a discount on your monthly bill at T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G provider at no extra charge. And so now I'm going to go back to the topic of becoming successful and how do we, first of all, become successful, and then how do we maximize our success. So let me, first of all, say this. One of the things that you will find necessary, all of us will find necessary doing to become successful is don't spend your time comparing your success to the success of others. Just run your race and be happy and thankful for your own accomplishments. So let me break this down. When you spend time comparing your success to the success of others, you're never going to be satisfied with your own accomplishments. You have to run your race. And what that means is you have to work to accomplish your goals. Everyone has their own set of goals. Everyone has their own goals for success. I'm not talking about goals for living life. I'm talking about goals for success. Once you've defined your success, you can no longer compare your success to someone else's success, to someone else's accomplishments. We're not doing the exact same thing as anyone else. And no one is going to be better at being you than you. So you have to focus on what it is that you desire to accomplish, what is it that you've defined your success, and what you need to do, what is necessary for you to accomplish your success, and then you have to work to that end. So the first thing you cannot do is compare yourself to anyone else. What you can do is look at how they accomplish success step by step, and you can emulate those things, but you don't compare yourself. And so I'm going to use a practical example. I'm going to use a real life example. So our New Life Christian Center is under the covering of Pastor Joel Osteen. It would be fruitless. It would bear no fruit for me to sit and compare what we do at New Life Christian Center with what Pastor Joel is doing right now. Comparing myself to Pastor Joel when he is at one level of success and New Life Christian Center is at another level of success. And what I mean by that, in success in the gospel, winning souls, impacting lives. He's at a different level. I pray for him every day because he's my brother in Christ. I pray for him every day because he covers our ministry. He prays for us every day. We are part of his champion network. But there's no way that I'm going to sit and compare myself to the accomplishments of Pastor Joel. It would be not only fruitless, but it'd be foolish. And the reason I'm using that as an example is to say this. I pray for him and Pastor Victoria and their family every single day. I pray for the church every single day. But I understand that I can look at what he does and I can, for example, in the media ministry, what we're doing right now, 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. I can look at what he's doing. I can certainly I'm willing to take guidance from him. I can look at what he's doing and I can develop ways that we can emulate what he's doing, because I know that that is accomplishing the goal. It's impacting lives and saving souls. That's what it's all about. I'm not going to compare myself to him. And what I'm saying to you is, you can identify what someone else is doing and the success they're having, and you can emulate some of that. So that's Pastor Joel on this side. There's Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger on this side. At Berkshire Hathaway, I'm going to emulate what they do. Certainly invest in Berkshire Hathaway. Certainly invest in Goldman Sachs. Certainly invest in Morgan Stanley. I'm going to do that because I know what they're doing from an investment perspective and I see the results, so let me emulate. Let me first of all buy public shares in those companies. and then emulate what they're doing, what they're investing in, whether it's stock market, real estate, private equity, whatever it is. I'm going to emulate at my level. You do that because when you see someone is accomplishing the goals that you desire to accomplish, but the only way you know that is to follow the track record, the trends. What are they doing on an annual basis? What are they doing on a quarterly basis? You do that so that you have a clear understanding of how you can emulate and how you can become successful using some of their techniques and building your own model. Now, what I mean by that is I'm never going to reinvent the wheel because the wheel rolls. But is there something I can take away? Is there something that Berkshire Hathaway is invested in that I can purchase some public shares outside of Berkshire Hathaway, but that I can acquire some public shares because I know those shares are going to grow over time. Those are things you can do to emulate. In real estate, what type of commercial real estate project am I going to pursue based on what someone else is doing? And I've seen the results. So these are all methods that we can use to maximize our success. But we have to become successful first and foremost. So in becoming that, I have to focus on my race because my goals are not exactly the same as their goals. They've already achieved goals. I have other goals. Our philanthropic goals may not be the same. That's the difference in people. We have a focus on education, making certain students go to college, making certain that they graduate debt free. So that's all important. Everyone has their own race to run. Run your race and be happy while you're running the race. Doesn't mean the race won't be painful, but run your race and be thankful for your accomplishments along the way. Be thankful if you're running your race and you're accomplishing some goals along the course. That's a positive. That's part of becoming successful. And then we have to maximize our success. And I'm going to talk about that in one moment, right after I do a little business with the Globe. And this segment of the broadcast is brought to you by Warrior Custom Golf at warriorcustomgolf.com. Times have changed. There is no need to spend big money for great golf clubs. Warrior Custom Golf believes you should be able to have the ultimate golf experience with quality golf clubs that don't break your bank account. So you can order, they will manufacture and ship golf clubs to your specifications. You can order from Warrior Custom Golf at warriorcustomgolf.com. And Charles Tyrwhitt, located in London, the UK. They also have stores in New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and at the King of Prussia Mall in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. So if you go to Charles Tyrwhitt at ctshirts.com, type in the search bar the word golf, and you will see all of the attire that Charles Tyrwhitt has to offer for you to experience and enjoy a great game of golf while networking at a high level. Charles Tyrwhitt at ctshirts.com. So I'm going to wrap this up for this week by addressing another component of becoming successful and maintaining your success. So one of the most effective methods in being successful is to work hard and allocate more time and energy, allocate more time, more energy, and more focus on your career or business. So the goal is to maximize your success, which means along the way you have to maximize your return on the investment of your time. You want the greatest return on the investment of your time. So we have to allocate time effectively and efficiently. We have to make certain that every hour of the day we're being effective, that we're using effective methods, and that we're using efficient methods. We have to work hard, and we have to work smart. And to work smart, we also have to allocate our time efficiently. So time is a big factor of your success. Time management, time allocation is going to be a major component of the success in your career and in your business. But you have to focus your time. Your time has to be laser sharp. You have to focus your time on your success. We spend a lot of time doing things that are counterproductive. They have nothing to do with developing our success or maintaining our success. We spend a lot of time doing a lot of things that are not going to result in maximizing our success. We need to be more efficient with our time. And we have to be careful how we allocate our time. Don't allocate time that is then going to be wasted, not only by you, but by other people. We have to make certain that every hour of the day means something to us. Every minute of the day needs to mean something to us. We need to look at the time we have available to do anything, and we need to find out how we can maximize our time. Every little component. You know, I was thinking about something that we had to do at the church this morning, for example. And we literally looked at every method of how can we be most efficient with our time. We were doing something with lighting. Okay, so we know I do the 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast right here in the FijiWater.com sponsored studio. It's my home studio right here in my home. And then every Sunday, for the Sunday sermon, it's done at New Life Christian Center in the sanctuary. And so we saw that something was off with lighting, and we wanted to correct the problem. So this morning, we met at the church, we looked at the lighting, we looked at how we can be efficient in getting everything done with the lighting, because I needed to be back at my home studio to prepare for production and to then have production for the broadcast today before going live on the air. So every minute had to be allocated efficiently to get everything done, to be ready and be prepared to come on the air. I'm encouraging everyone, look at every minute of the day. Every minute of the day, you want to be more efficient. Because if you're more efficient, you'll become more effective. Effectiveness and efficiency are going to be critical in becoming successful and maintaining your success. So let's make certain that we allocate more time, energy, and focus on our careers and on our business so that we can become successful, maintain our success, and maximize our success so that we can experience the fullness of God in all of our lives. Today's Daily Divine Direction broadcast, 3D, has been brought to you by Fiji Water. A taste of paradise will be delivered right to your front door when you subscribe for delivery, and you'll save money at FijiWater.com. May God bless you today. May God keep his face turned towards you